Hello and welcome to my channel. Today is going to be another episode of how to create great content on YouTube and also for any type of particular content that you're looking for, whether it's blogging, whether it's YouTube, whether it's podcast. So what you're going to learn today is going to help you how you can batch content for the long run. First, I'm going to define what type of topics I want to discuss, what type of topics I want to do the video about, and then I am going to type that on TubeBuddy. So TubeBuddy is kind of like going to help me to score the right headlines, to score if it's really worth to talk about this topic or not. And then I'm going to use vidIQ. vidIQ is going to actually show me the scores of these particular topics and also particular keywords that I need to include on my headline or description. I also search for Morning Fam. Morning Fam is kind of like shows me the velocity of what about other people out there are doing the content and if it's really worth to actually do the content. So there's 3 tools I'm using. It's kind of like helps me to batch the content at the same time I'm kind of like know what topics is worth spending time and effort to discuss about. The next thing I do is I use Trello. So Trello is kind of like where I keep all my headlines together. Whenever I have a topic that is kind of like in my head and I want to actually discuss about it, so I put everything on Trello. So Trello boards are kind of like helping me out, staying organized, knowing exactly what to search on TubeBuddy whenever I'm available. This type of system of being organized, it really helps me to know what's next, what topics are already done and what I'm going to actually do. So the first thing I'm doing is knowing what topics I want through putting all this, whatever is in my head, whatever themes that I want to talk about in Trello, and then I take this keywords, whatever, I pick one theme, put it on TubeBuddy or vidIQ and Morning Fam. So that way I know what headlines I have made already based on scores. I'm going to batch them, meaning I'm putting them on calendar and knowing exactly what headlines I'm going to use, and then based on that I'm going to do the content. So for example, right now I'm already done about 8 videos, 8 headlines from now till May. So I already know now, that means now December till May, I already have headlines ready made and it's on my Excel sheet and I don't have to really think about tomorrow, what's going to be the topic tomorrow, what's going to be the filming tomorrow. No, because I already batched them out and kind of like I'm going to film videos like this and I'm going to schedule them on Social Pilot. You can schedule that on YouTube, but on Social Pilot I actually do scheduling for Instagram, scheduling for Facebook, scheduling for LinkedIn. So I'm taking these links that I already scheduled for, and let's say it is scheduled for tomorrow. So this schedule for tomorrow is going to be popping up on my LinkedIn, on my Twitter, on my Instagram. So I don't have to really sit there and okay, now it's time to share because it's been published. And then the next thing I'm going to work on once the video is filmed, once the headlines are done, once the topics are being searched. Now the next thing that I usually leave it to last is designing my thumbnails. So I know that it takes quality time to actually sit down and create about 50 thumbnails because I have 2 channels, one is careers and one is here. So this kind of like lets me do thumbnails. So the thumbnails that the tools that I'm using for thumbnails are called Snappa, or you can do it on Stencil. So Snappa is kind of like showing exactly the dimensions that I want, the pictures that I want, the fonts that I want, and based on that I'm just designing it very nicely and then I'm going to schedule it along with the video. Now I'm going to recap this. So the content search that I'm going to use is TubeBuddy. That's the tool that I really love and doing it, and vidIQ and also Morning Fam. These are the 3 tools that I'm going to use. The next thing that I'm going to use, I'm going to script. I'm going to kind of like write down the notes, what exactly I'm going to talk about based on the headlines that I've already created. and then I'm going to film, and after filming I'm going to edit to make sure that I have the proper words that I want to use. And based on what you're watching right now, this video has been edited several times, so it was much longer. Now it's actually shorter. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you have gained so much value from here. Let me know in the comments what exactly you are doing to batch your content and what you learned, what's your takeaway from this video. Also, subscribe, like, and share it to your friends and families so they can learn also how to batch their content. I'll see you next time.